Have you ever felt like you and your partner are close, but there's still something missing? Well, on today's episode, we're unlocking the secret to building a powerful emotional connection that will take your relationship to a whole new level. Get ready. It's going to be good.
Hey, Mr. Friends, welcome back to the Blissology Podcast,
where we break down everything related to love, marriage, and relationship with a goal of creating more bliss and less stress.
That's right. I am your girl, your host, Cece. As always, I am joined with my co-host, Hubby. What's going on?
I'm good. What's up?
Okay.
Hey, everyone, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time tuning into our podcast, this is a weekly podcast where we bring you inspiring, relatable, and relevant content every Saturday.
Yes. So glad to have you guys with us today.
Absolutely. And as always, before we get into the topic of the day, we always like to share our blissful moment. And that would either be something that we did or something that happened to us. So what's your blissful moment?
Well, on Thursday, the kids and I went to Publix because, you know, our little girls left her backpack at my parents' house. So we had to go pick it up from my dad's car, right?
I thought for a while that backpack was missing. She went in, she couldn't find it.
Yeah, we weren't looking that deep. And luckily, my mom found it under the bed. I don't know how.
They even accused me of sticking it in my car trunk.
We thought you may have put it in the car.
I was like, I didn't touch that backpack.
We weren't sure. So we weren't accusing you, baby. We weren't sure. We thought maybe you may have put it in, in the trunk. So anyways, and then we went to Publix. My dad was like, busy doing his stuff. And then we had to go in his car and get the backpack. And on our way back, the kids were like, Mom, can we get some popcorn chicken? Because you know how the girls love popcorn chicken, right?
Yes.
And when you know people, it matters, okay? When you know people and people knows you, listen.
There's a whole thing about it's who you know.
It's who you know. And when you've been good to people, they're going to be good to you. So technically, we're going to get like 2 popcorn chickens. Usually would come about like
$10
close to that.
Okay.
So the lady was like, "Hey, Cece, how you doing?" It's just from church, and she
hook you up with some employee discount.
She hook us up with so much of the popcorn chicken. Because mind you, usually they put them in a little cone, popcorn that looks
containers,
like popcorn containers.
She gave it to you in a bin?
She gave it to us in one of those rotisserie containers. And I was like, yo, we're going to have a popcorn chicken party today.
So whatever happened, I don't think I got any of the popcorn chicken.
Well, listen, you know how the kids love popcorn chicken?
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's who you know.
Now I know who's got my back.
Listen, it's who you know, okay? It's who you know. So yes, and here's another thing. So of course, the chicken that we got should have been at least $15. So we ended up paying like under $10 for the chicken. And it was quite a bit, at least, what would you say?
Enough to make like 4 regular containers?
Yeah, 4 or 5. And it was a lot. And then on top of that, listen, when the Lord is blessing you on a day.
What else happened?
We got to the register. We did a self-checkout. Then we were trying to, because the girls wanted some yogurt. And my daughter loved yogurt, the little one. And we got yogurt. And then when we tried to scan it, there was some issue. Some issue was going on. So we had to call customer service assistant to come and, scan the yogurt to make sure that we paid for it. The lady was having a hard time. Hello? Hello, somebody. The lady was having a hard time, scanning it. She's like, why is it not going in? She's like, you know what? Just take it. Just take the yogurt. And I was like, look at God.
Should the yogurt's not expired?
It's not.
We always
check the expiration date, and it was not expired. But I'm just saying, when the Lord is blessing you on a day, it doesn't have to be a special day.
Sure you didn't break the machine?
Like I said, it doesn't have to be on a special day. So on that day, y'all, okay, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be something small. We could have walked out with 30. You know how it is with Publix. When you go to Publix, you thinking that, okay, it's going to be $10. You buy 2
items, it's $50.
We walked out with something for $15, and it could have been over $30. And the Lord says, you know what? I got you today.
Well, I saved some money.
The Lord says he got me and the girl, so he sure did. So he blessed me with, when, like I said, when you know people, it matters. And then, of course.
So should I go to that Publix now? Or people don't know me?
You know they don't know you like that. So I'm just saying. But that's my blissful moment. I feel like, it was very blissful because, we were very grateful to have, some free food.
Okay, I guess that's blissful enough.
What's your blissful moment, babe? Do you
me?
have one?
No, my wife hooked me up with some new T-shirts.
Okay.
I know. Good eat. Listen, I hope it looks good.
It looks really good. You know, I always shop for you. I always hook you up.
She hooked me up with some new T-shirts.
Yes, I sure did. You like it?
Yeah. I'll start wearing it to go out flexing.
Okay. It actually looks really nice.
Maybe I might get to know people.
Hey, listen, you could do that and we get more free food. The more the merrier, right? So the free food it's gonna be. And I won't.
I should start going to that Publix.
Okay, my dad is working there, right?
Oh shit, I gotta go to another one. Anyway, so that's our blissful moment. She got some free food. I got some new shirts.
I got blessed. I got blessed with food.
She got blessed with some free food, and I got blessed with some new shirts. So hey, listen, it's always good to have nice stuff happen to you,
right?
Especially when it's and I'll add just some. It's good to have people do stuff that you didn't expect.
Correct.
And exactly. I say anybody, if you get a chance to do things to people that they didn't expect, you can make their days.
Yes.
So, but anyway, that's our blissful moment. Yeah. So this week's episode is going to hit home for so many couples.
Oof.
We're talking about building strong emotional connection in your relationship.
Yes, building a strong emotional connection.
Now, we all know that emotional connection is what keeps the love alive.
Absolutely.
You got to have that.
Yes.
So what makes the relationship feel deeper and deeper and more meaningful in every possible way. So having that emotional connection is important.
Absolutely.
And without that, things can feel like a business. Let's say maybe it's just roommates. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just happen to be sharing a room or sharing a bed.
That's right.
So that emotional connection is important.
Yes, we're sharing a space.
Well, yeah, that's what a roommate does.
Yes.
Occasionally you get something.
Listen. Listen, in today's society, we get so busy, of course, with work,
life
parenting, family obligations. There's a lot of things that's looking to get our attentions, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God. It's a constant, y'all know I homeschool the girls and I run the business at home. I'm doing a lot of there's a lot going on.
She's got stuff.
There's a lot of things that needs my attention more and sometimes I feel like we tend to forget to actually connect with the person that we're doing
life with.
Yeah.
It's like being in prison for life, but we're doing life, not in prison.
We're doing life.
In the house.
We're doing life in the house. We're doing life in the house. But at the same time, I feel like we need to be more intentional.
So I like the fact you mentioned you have to be intentional. I think in a relationship, you have to do things on purpose.
Yes.
Right? If we're going to sit to talk, it's going to be something that we decided to do and we have somewhat of an end result we're looking to get from it. So everything we do, we have to make sure that we do it intentional. Otherwise, we won't get the desire that we need to. Like, for instance, Sissy got on me last week because we keep missing our date nights. Although most of it is her fault. But she did put it on me and she was right saying that.
Y'all see what he just did? Although it's her fault. But she did put it on me.
Yeah. And I had.
How's it my fault?
Here's how it's her fault. We'll have it on the calendar and she's got stuff to do for the clients and it doesn't have. But she did mention to me that if we have that on the calendar, I have to make sure that I pre-planned it because if I've already pre-planned it, it'll make it a lot harder for her to change the plan.
I'm glad you brought this up. Yes, we had a really intense conversation last weekend, and I think this is why I brought up this conversation, this topic, because it goes well with, are we vibing or is it love, right? What we talked about last week. So, I mean, if you haven't watched that, please go back and watch last week's podcast.
Yeah, we'll put a link somewhere up there.
Yes. It was very, very, very interesting. So, yes, we really had a very intense conversation because I'm like, babe.
It was very intense for me.
It was very intense for both of us.
she made it intense for me.
It was very intense,
but it
needed to happen.
Yes, it was all good points. And this is where pre-planning, being intentional with what you do is important. If she knows that I already had the plan and obviously announce it way ahead, this is what we're doing this weekend, there's no way she can squeeze in her client's stuff in it.
Right.
And I have to hold her up to it.
Right.
So, and this is what it's important to make sure that what we do,
Yes.
only we pre-plan it, but we do it with intentions.
Correct. I get it. I get it. However, if we put it on the calendar and I look at the month of October, hey, listen, I know we have our date night on such and such, date.
Don't
And
schedule no client
I
stuff
won't
on
schedule it, But
That's
if
what I'm
there's-
saying. It's her fault.
Because I'm the one that planned things. I get it. Yeah. I'm the planner. I should have put it on the calendar, right? But it is on the calendar.
You keep ignoring it and keep putting client stuff on
But you
there.
should be like, babe, listen, this Saturday, I know you have clients.
For me being a supportive husband, I'm like,
And
my wifey wants to
appreciate
do this out. But it's important. Our emotional connection is important. And this is where I can't let client stuff get in the way. Now, we can do some client stuff. That doesn't mean clients are not important. But if we can get a zillion clients, if we're not vibing with each other, we're not taking time to do things so we can nurture what we have, we're going to lose in the long run.
Emotional connection, I feel like it's not, it's what keeps love alive.
Absolutely.
What keeps us going, because we emotionally need to be connected.
Yes.
But if we're not, then it's going to feel like you said earlier, we're just partner, we're just roommates. And I feel like it's not just about spending time together, right? But it's how you feel when you with the love of your life, your partner, right? It's how you feel, how emotionally connected you are, and it's how you feel that fire burning inside of you because you with the person, you with your person, right?
Yeah. And it's a good feeling, being with that person and feeling supported is important. It's good to be there to support each other. It's important. And it's not just about spending the time together, but how much of that time is actually quality time.
Yes.
So much go into that, building that emotional connection. But one thing I'd say is so important is communication.
Yes.
It always boils down
every time
to communication.
Every time.
It's not just about discussing what's for dinner later. Although we've had a lot of conversation about what's for dinner later or
on the
who's picking up the kids. Actually, we haven't had conversation about who's picking up the kids because
for the last 2 years.
The kids are home being school. So, sitting down, having these deep conversations with your partner where you really get to know what's going on with them, go inside each other's mind, each other's head, each other's emotion, really learn where they are.
Right.
If something's troubling them, take interest and find out what it is. Maybe provide some insight or just maybe they're listening to what's happening with them.
Yeah.
And this is what that's important because we go through stuff.
A lot of stuff. A lot.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like it's also about being seen and understood, right?
Yes.
And trust me, when we had that conversation Saturday, last weekend, I wanted you to see me where I was coming from, which is so important. At some point you were like dodging what we were talking about. I get it. Men, they don't want to have that talk, right?
Well, I couldn't fully take there, but then I realized
I wanted to be like, you know what, babe, if we are unable to go on our date on our date night, which is a monthly thing that we have on our calendar, we also have Sunday. We also have other days, and I want you to take that initiative where it's like, okay, we weren't unable to go with this weekend, although next weekend is not a date night. On our calendar.
And screw any plan you would put in place. I own this. This is exactly what she wanted. Just
yes.
I don't care what you want to do. This is happening.
I truly feel like, and I know I'm speaking for a lot of those ladies that wants to be seen and understood, because we are constantly taking care of the family, the children, and other obligations. However, when it comes to us, we want to be seen, we want to be understood, we want you to know what we need, right? We want to be fed, right? Not food. I know you was gonna say that. Not food. We want you to know that we hungry to be seen. We want you to get where we're coming from. A lot of time we feel like yes, we busy being busybody, being busy to everyone. But at the same time, having that connection is also needs where you want to be seen and you want to have, that talk, that deep conversation that you mentioned earlier. I mean, when I just talking about how was your day, when I just talking about, little things like that, I mean, the real stuff. What are your dreams? Your fears? How do you really feel about us going deeper into this? Because some men, y'all, let's be honest, some guys, they don't want to go deeper into that deep conversation. They don't want to have that talk. Some of them do think it's always a time. I don't think you do, babe. But I truly feel like some guys do think that having these type of talk,
it was a waste of time.
Yes.
I appreciate these talks. I've learned to appreciate them more and more. Yes, I have. And we've uncovered, and I know I've uncovered a lot of things that I could do better to better the relationship. So there's a lot of value in these talks. These are the talk where you're put in a position to be vulnerable with each other.
Right.
That's where you build trust, and trust is the core of emotional bond.
Yes.
You got to have that trust there. You can't be emotional. You can't be intimate if you don't trust each other.
Right.
So in when you're having conversation like this, it allows you to really build that trust. And that's how we've been able to really build that trust, is really have these conversations, understanding where we're all coming from.
Yes. And do you trust me?
Of course I trust you.
Yeah. There we go.
Of course I do.
Yes.
I just don't check your phone.
It's okay. It's right here. You be on my phone all the time, baby.
Yes.
And I think, a lot of people struggle with being vulnerable, right?
Oh, yes.
A lot of people struggle with that.
It's not an easy position to be in.
It's not at all, especially in today's world where we told to always have it together, especially for men, or to be strong and not show any weakness.
Listen, we want men to be men, or they want men to be men, and we have to hold it up, whatever's happening.
Yeah, but I want my man to also cry. I want my man to show emotional. I want my man, because I know he's a human being, and God gave us all that. Yes.
Come to think of it, I haven't cried in a while. Maybe I should.
Okay, baby.
It's been a while since I've cried.
Okay, I get it. We don't want you to cry. But here's the thing, though. Society does make it seem like, men shouldn't be crying. They should show emotions. They should be like this. Yes, our girls, our daughters want you to be this tough man. I love my tough husband. I love when I see you strong and you tough,
Yeah.
Unless, if it's sick. When this man is sick, y'all, it's like a baby all over, okay? Like, all on the bed.
You put my business
Listen, I'm just saying, because it's okay for people to know your business, that you can be soft sometimes and you can be, vulnerable, because you have been.
Oh, yes. It's hard for men.
Right.
Because of the stigma that's put on us in society.
Yeah.
We have to be macho. Society pushes the idea that men should man up.
Yeah.
Not be emotional. Now, I think by design, I'm not someone who's normally emotional.
Right.
I mean, but I do feel things,
Yeah.
Something happens, I feel it, but I'm not going to get all moody about it. But I still feel it. And obviously, Sissy would know, because we do share feelings.
Right.
Outside of the house, you probably won't hear it. I'll just deal with it. But in this is where Sissy and I, we have this bond where we understand each other. I can open up to her. In a relationship, being able to open emotionally is key. And I've been working at it. I think I'm a lot better with it now than I was a little while back.
Yeah.
And it's okay to let your guard down.
Absolutely.
Now, again, as men, I think we should pick up the right environment to let our guard down. Because there's places you go, you let your guard down, that will chew you alive. So in my house, it's a safe place. With my partner, it's a safe place. If something's going on, yes, we're going to open up. We're going to feel it. I let them know how I feel.
Right.
If I'm feeling like, hey, I need a boost. I know just the other day we were talking about, and you're like, baby, I'm here for you. If you find the task that you have to do is overwhelming, it's okay to say, I need you to handle this.
Right.
And I started looking at in my business, there's certain things I do in the day that I'm not able to do. Does she have the means to be able to help me? And those are the things sometimes it's difficult for me to say, hey, do this for me, because I take it on me to get things done.
Right.
And I think that's something I have to keep on learning, that it's okay to be able to rely on my partner for things that may seem like they should be my responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like next week, you taking the trash out.
Oh no, I don't do trash. You know that. That's your job. Listen, I don't do that. Although.
Oh, the other day you brought in the
I
recycling
sure did.
bins. Yeah.
I sure did.
You know,
Thursday.
typically I get home and I'm like, okay, park the car, get my bags out, and then go and pick up the bins. And sometimes these people that picks up the trash, it seems like they're mad with me. They just throw the bin.
Yes.
We gotta tip
See,
them better.
I won't bring it out, but I'll bring the empty trash can in.
On a side note, I think we have to tip our people
On a
better.
side note, baby, you've been talking about how you want to give them a Christmas card for the last 5 years.
I need to, because I think they'll treat my bins a lot easy, a lot better.
They used to.
You know, my neighbor, they would empty their stuff and then they take it to the garage door.
How do you know?
I've seen them.
Oh, well, you gotta do something, sir. So there we go.
The neighbor right across the street, after they empty out the bins, they take him up to the garage door. Yes.
There was a guy that used to do that for our bin. I'm not gonna lie. There's a guy that used to not carrying the garbage stuff up, but the recycle bin,
put him by.
Yes, maybe he's no longer working for the company.
These guys, it seems like they just throw them. In fact, one of them is broken. I got to, of course, another one.
You gotta tip them, baby. You gotta tip them.
Yeah, this holiday season I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, good thing. I mean, I'm glad you brought those bin in, you know.
I sure did.
I only have to drag the big one.
The big one.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to. If I'm outside, we'll do it. But if not, but I won't bring the trash out. I'm just saying that's not my job.
I guess I can't get help in that area.
You're not going to, so
Okay.
don't. You're not going to. But anyways, listen, everything you said earlier is such a good point. And I feel like, emotional connection is a two-way street when you think about it, right? Mm-hmm. And when you both feel comfortable being open and honest with each other, I know for me, when I'm open with you, when we talk about everything, I'm talking about everything.
Everything, which means everything.
Everything. We don't hold things in. I don't know if you do, but I don't. I trust that you don't.
Well, there's certain things that I don't feel like I need to trouble her with them because she's got a lot that she's handling.
I want to know. But
I've learned that whether she's got a lot in, just dump it out there.
And it's okay if I worry about it, great. If I know you got it, you got it. And I think, when I talk about being honest with him, like when I pour my whatever that I have going on and he knows me in and out, I feel free.
Yeah.
I feel like a free spirit. I feel like, when you feel like a free spirit and you can have this talk with your partner, you just don't feel like holding something back, right? If you're thinking about holding something back, in your mind, consciously speaking, you're not going to hold it back because you're going to feel bad. And eventually he's going to know that, hey, what's going on? Because if your partner knows you well, they're going to know that, hey, you hiding something or something is wrong.
I can tell whenever something's wrong with her.
Yes, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, with that said, we're going to share some tips on how to build that emotional connection.
Yes.
And a lot of it will come from some of the things that we're doing. Obviously, it's something we've been working on, but I think we're in a place where we could say we've got something going.
Absolutely.
I think we're vibing.
We're vibing and we're loving. We're vibing and loving over here. Okay.
Yes. So the first thing I think, it always come down to communication.
Intentional communication.
Yes. Which means you set aside some time to talk to each other.
Yes.
Avoid distraction.
No phones.
No TV.
No phones.
No TV.
No phones.
Yeah, the phone is a bigger distraction than TV.
It's funny you were telling me that the other night. You're like, babe, when I'm massaging your feet, that's when I want to.
I know.
You stop it. Stop it.
From the beginning of this year, I promised her a foot massage every night.
You've been skipping some night though.
Some Saturdays. But every night, except a few Saturdays, she gets a foot massage. And that's our moment. Now, we do, she's got the oil, she's got the lotion. So there's a whole preparation stuff. She's got her sheet or blanket that she lays down. But man, the moment that I touch her feet,
I'm out.
She's out.
And he's talking about that's when he want to have some deep comment. I'm like, no, you don't want to. There's no way I'm gonna be able to have a deep conversation.
There's been many
with you.
times I go in and say stuff, and then I turn around, she's sleeping. And I'm like, babe, did you hear what I say? Sarah. So don't. That foot massage time, if it's something you do for your partner, maybe that's not that time because they're gonna fall asleep on you. If they're like Cece, you will not get a word out.
As soon as you touch my feet, I'm gone. I'm
You
literally
got
out.
problems. She's got foot massage problem. Now I see why she wanted that foot massage. Maybe next year you will make a commitment to me
Oh no, we're not doing that.
to massage my feet. But you know
My
what?
back.
I realized that my foot massaging hand muscles have gotten better. It used to hurt. It doesn't hurt anymore.
See, there's something in it for you too, baby.
Okay, but the point is that intentional communication sets.
See, it's really soft. No, it's hard.
No, I got some callus right
Yeah,
here
it's
from
hard.
lifting. But the point is set some time. Maybe not that foot massage time, but set some time where you can maybe drop the kids somewhere or send the kids to go do something.
Yeah.
And maybe 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, however time that makes sense for
Yeah.
you, just so you can have that conversation.
Right.
You
But it
know?
has to be face to face though.
It has to be. Don't do it via text or via Zoom or whatever other devices that you use to communicate. 'Cause
Skype.
listen, we
WhatsApp.
no, none of that. We constantly connected. We're constantly plugged in in this life that we're living. It's easy to be physically present but emotionally checked out.
Absolutely.
Because listen, I've seen people at a dinner table in a restaurant sitting aside from each other,
Both scrolling.
phones on hands,
Yes.
scrolling, and I'm like,
Yes.
what the heck? These people are there physically, but man, there's nothing happening between them.
Barely talking.
They're just there.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm saying. We have to make sure that we learn to disconnect. Because just physically being there is not enough.
Right.
You have to be emotionally present, which means you
Absolutely.
exchanging words and feelings and dreams and
Right.
whatever it is that you can share with this partner
Yeah.
that will make a difference in your lives and their lives.
Yes.
Now, we have some rules, and I think we've shared it on this podcast. There's certain places that we do not take the phone.
We don't. And
If
it's
someone needs me,
Yeah.
you'll get me afterwards.
after dinner. Yeah. Yeah. We
I
don't.
should put a message on my phone that says, I'm emotionally connected with my spouse. I'll call you afterwards.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a good one. And I think for me, I would say, we try to set, a daily check-in. Although my husband and I were constantly checking in with each
This
other.
woman's checking with me all
Unless
the
if he's
time.
at work and he don't take lunch for some reason.
If not lunch, she's checking in with me.
I want to make sure you eat. How about that?
Yeah, she does.
I do. I care. I care for your belly. I care that you're not going to work and work so hard that you don't get a chance to take lunch. That always bothers me. I mean, the company knows that you got to take your lunch, and I understand you'll manage people. But at the same time, people need to know that you got to take lunch, otherwise you won't be able to manage them, right? You got to take
Yeah.
care of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then let the people know they got to do what they got to do for them to manage whatever they got to manage. And then, you know how I feel about it. But anyways, but yes, I think for me, it's to, try setting a daily check-in if you can.
Yeah. very important.
If it's not a daily, a weekly, whatever it is, make it a priority, a weekly, every Friday or every Thursday, whatever day it is in a week, just checking with your partner, even if it's just for 15, 20 minutes, not 30. Listen, I'm guilty because sometimes when I talk to this man, I be talking for like 45
Yes.
to an hour.
Yes.
And I try my best not to do it on a daily basis, where I would do it on a weekly, where we check in on some Fridays. Like I said, if you're at work, I'm going to just check in for like 5-15 minutes.
Yeah.
The least, I would say. Right? I mean, one thing that we do is ask each other, questions like what's being on your mind if it's not at work, but if on Fridays or on the weekend,
Yeah.
We'll talk about what's been on your mind or how you feeling. One thing about me for sure is I want to know how he's feeling, how my man is feeling. Yes, men don't like to talk about their feelings. I get it. However, I think it's so important for you to share those emotions because you don't want to be so stressed up here where you don't have time to take care of down here or your family. And I think sometimes egos get in the way of them talking to their partner, of them sharing what's going on up here, because they feel like as a man, I should be able to do everything. And I'm one of those where I'm like, no, as my man, we are going to talk about things and we're going to figure out how we can help each other. Mind you, we both Capricorn, so we both constantly thinking about business and we both constantly talking and thinking and dreaming about ways of improving. So yes, I say it again, set some times, checking weekly or daily if you can, 15, 20 minutes, and make it a priority.
Yes. And when you do those check-in, obviously it's good to talk, but listening is important.
Absolutely.
I mean, really
Yes.
listen. I've learned to listen. I think I'm a very good listener right now. So sometimes I used to be so focused on, okay, I got to start formulating an answer before she's done so I'm ready.
I taught you well, babe. You know that.
Yes, part of it is because she has. I mean, I've been stopped in the past. I've been stopped many times. Wait, let me finish.
Yes.
And then you can respond. So, but we can't let ourselves get so focused on getting an answer together and not even hear the rest of the conversation.
Right.
So it's important to listen. You know, active listening, being fully present without interrupting. That's something I was bad at. I mean, typically I would get an answer for something pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I used to interrupt, and I've been coached and taught to not interrupt, and I'm better at it now.
Or you'll ask, what's the point?
Well, I don't know.
That
What's the
was
point
his
anymore?
man. That was his answer for everything. What's the point? What's the point? You are very good at saying that, babe.
So I don't ask what's the point anymore. But you know, by being able to allow myself to listen, I've learned a whole lot more. I've been able to absorb a whole lot more information and really see where she's, because sometimes there could be two right answer. There could be two right ways. And if I don't allow myself to listen fully,
Right.
I may not really even understand what the other right way may be.
Right.
And that's something that I know some of us who think we have the answer for everything, we tend to have problems seeing other ways. The moment that we see our way tend to be the only way we get to deal with. But that's how I've been growing over the years is my listening skills have gotten a lot better.
Yes, that's true.
And I find that I've been practicing this at work and I'm practicing this at home. And with the kids, I'm practicing it. Although one of my daughters just tell me things. Sometimes I have to force myself to listen, but you know what? It's important.
It's all about Roblox.
Just like we connecting emotionally, I have girls. I have to be able to allow myself to be able to connect with them emotionally as well. Right now, the conversations are very shallow, but I'm sure they're going to get a lot deeper.
Yes.
But allowing them to be able to open up to me now will make it easier later. So I'm working on something.
Yes, you are.
So another way to connect emotionally is by doing things together. Now, in this house, we do a lot of stuff together.
Too much stuff.
Yes. You know, I know we talked about the hurricane.
Which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing.
Yes, it's a good thing.
It's a great
I know
thing.
we talked about how her parents came over the night of the hurricane to spend night. When they got in, Cece and I, we
And
were
the kids.
in the kitchen. The kids weren't quite there when they walked in, but
They were.
Cece got 2 aprons. Now, when I'm in the kitchen, I have my own apron, which is one with blue stripe, and she's got her own. Oh, yeah,
Fred?
we were at it. Her parents were shocked that we were just like looking professionally. But you know what? That apron is a good thing.
Yeah.
I've told you guys that I see dishes in the sink, I just clean them. But the front of my shirts always get wet.
Yeah.
Man, I throw that apron on. I'm just done. Just take it off, hang it.
That's it.
Shirt is clean. but we do a lot of things
I got to
together.
get the girls some one though.
Why do the kids need apron?
Because Listen, on Sundays,
Yeah.
Saturdays, when you're making pancakes or waffles, they're in the kitchen with you.
Okay, I guess we're all gonna have aprons.
It'll be nice for them to
But we
have
should have
their
gotten
own.
aprons a while ago.
We had some. You got rid of it, just like you do. You always getting rid of
I don't wanna
stuff.
wear an apron, but these are stylish. This is not me doing any commercials.
We'll
They
take
didn't
a
pay me to do
picture
it.
and show you guys.
They are. But do things together. That's very important. Whatever that you do. Like for instance, Cece has those real estate shows she watches. I have no interest in real estate, but I find that I'm enjoying them with her.
And so looking at kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do things together. It allows you to connect. It allows you to have conversation other than the normal conversation.
Right.
Like, for instance, we were watching a show the other day. This couple was buying a place and we were wondering what's going to happen. And so we're engaged in it. Typically, that's not something I do. But you know what? I've been enjoying it.
Yes, you have.
And she's been watching this crazy soap opera Haitian show.
Oh,
That's nuts.
listen. Thanks to my brother who recommended that show.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys want to watch a good Haitian show, go watch Messy Biden.
So, and that goes for like, those are the in-house stuff, but we go shopping together. We go see clients together. In fact, I'm not in real estate, but I've been to all of her showings.
All of my showings, yes.
Yes. I
Yes.
just haven't written a contract yet. Maybe that's the next thing.
Listen, I'm gonna train you. You be my TC, you know.
So do things together.
Unpaid TC.
You know, you benefit from it because that allows you to, especially when your partner's doing something and you could be part of it, work related. This way you really get to understand what it takes to do what they do. So next week, if the company allows me, I want to take her to work with me.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen. Oh no, I would not be going. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. And one
Yeah.
thing what we do is I always show appreciation.
But I show
Yes,
appreciation.
you do. I wanted to see your reaction when I say that because I knew you were gonna say something. You do show appreciation,
See,
and
she's
that's
trying
the
to
one
get
thing.
under my skin now. Talking about I don't show appreciation.
Yes, appreciation meaning a simple thank you, or appreciate you. I shower you with appreciation. I feel like
She does. I gotta say she does.
yeah.
She does. She let me know that I matter.
Yes, and I think that's so important. Yeah.
You know, when was that? Earlier this week, I was at work. I got a text message, a picture of me and the kids. And in that shows, thank you for being the father, the thing. And I sat there, I read the text. And
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I told you I haven't cried, but this was a moment for crying.
You got emotional?
But I didn't cry, which because it was so new, I'm probably going to pull it up again and watch it and maybe cry. But it was good. I mean, little things like this.
And you had a long day at work too.
The text came in early in the morning, which the day was moving fine, and then the day got away from me. I mean, little things like this really show me that she sees me. She sees me, and that picture had me and the kids were on my back.
And I took the picture.
Yes, I didn't know that she was taking pictures. This woman liked to sneak pictures of me. I think she may have taken pictures of me wearing those aprons.
I sure did. I'm a freak for pictures. Okay, I'm my mother's child. We take a lot of pictures. We take pictures for the sake of taking pictures for no reason. It could be for no reason, right? And you've seen those baby pictures.
Oh yes,
Those crazy pictures.
man. This woman.
What's wrong with capturing moments? That's what we do anyway.
I'm grateful that we have, and I've had to invest in some crazy additional storage just so I can keep those pictures because this woman will. Every few weeks I have to go and clean her phone out.
I had to clean mine the other day because I was running out of space.
Yeah, so but any little things that you could do to show your partner that you appreciate them and you see them, it goes a long way. And that text the other day made my day. You know, now I'm a touchy person. I like to touch her. Sometimes I touch her and while her parents are here and she know, but
No.
those touchy moments, it's very important because you got to be physical with your partner.
Yeah.
Yes, she's my wife, and sometimes I just forget where we are and I am feeling her. So watch where you do it. So that's important. But be physical with your partner.
Yes.
Touch, hug, hands holding, a little smack here and there.
Which you have been doing.
Maybe some tickling, whatever it is. do that, because all of these things allows you to keep that bond strong.
And don't just do it once in a blue moon.
Oh yeah, she gets irritated with me.
That's why I bring it up.
She does. Yeah, and listen, I know how important it is, and I force myself to actually just make it the routine of what I do. Mm-hmm. So it becomes so routine that sometimes I'm doing inappropriate things without realizing that I am.
Yes.
So
and we have kids, so watch what you're doing.
Yeah, she's always looking out where the kids
have girls.
I can't help it.
I know. I get it.
I can't
Look at
help
this
it.
woman over here. I get it. I get it.
I can't help it. But you know,
I get it.
Stay physical is very important.
Very important.
Yes.
Very important.
Play with each other. Mm-hmm. Yes, I may not seem like a playful person, but I do play. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe I'm playing more now than I used to.
No, I think you need to play more.
Okay, then I need to play more. Yeah. But do these things. They're important.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. They are important. And we said earlier, building an emotional connection isn't always as easy, right? It isn't always easy. We know that. We get it. Especially when as I mentioned earlier, when life gets so busy or stressful, right? We know how, especially we are gearing towards Christmas. The holidays is like right around the corner. Before you know it, it's Christmas. Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving is next month. And we have birthdays coming up. Like a lot of birthdays. Mm-hmm. So yes, it can get stressful. You have to take some time to find that bond, that moment to build with your partner.
Yeah. And if your partner is feeling stressed or they're maybe a little bit short with you, it's okay.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah.
We're people.
We
are people. Sometimes life just gets in the way. But that's when you have to be even more emotionally connected with your partner.
Yes.
Don't think, or don't wait for the perfect moment or things gonna magically get better. Mm-hmm. You have to work at it. Right. And if your partner's having a rough day,
yes,
your objective is to try to turn that rough day into a smooth day. Mm-hmm. One thing we always say is, don't let problem fester. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling disconnected, talk about it. Sis is good with that.
I should be a counselor.
But yeah, Sis does have a way of approaching things. She's very upfront as well.
I'm a Capricorn, y'all.
Now, you have to have the insight sometime to take it. So that's probably why going to school, she's got the best idea, but she'll just lay it on you.
I'm a Capricorn.
Therapists have a way of kind of like slowly getting.
Listen,
yeah, I say no more. But if you're feeling disconnected, talk about it.
And there's no shame in getting support, right?
No, listen. Sometimes seeing a counselor may be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Or maybe listen to a podcast like this one that shows you that life is not always that easy and simple. Yes. Sometimes couple may seem like things are gelling, but they have their issues.
Yeah.
And sometimes knowing that other people goes through things makes it like, you know what? I don't have problems. Those are the normal things that happen in relationships. Yes. So yes, maybe listening to a podcast like this one.
That's right.
I'm not a therapist. Maybe she is.
I think I might be. And I think sometimes, it's all about giving each other's grace.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Giving each other grace. We all human. Listen, I understand my man is not 100% perfect, right? And I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, right? We all have our flaws. We have our days.
We all have problems.
We have our issues. And we have to have those flaws, those moments, those issues for us to like build each other. Yeah. When you think about it.
Listen, it's guaranteed that I will mess up.
Imagine if you're all perfect, I'm all perfect. Then how is this life going to be? It's going to be just...
It's going to be a perfect life. I think I saw that in the movie.
SpongeBob. Actually, I saw that episode. Squidward. Yes. So we have to have flaws. We have to have issues. Because we're not perfect. Yes, you and I were both Capricorn. We can get very all in there. At the same time, we understand that you see where I'm coming from and I see where you're coming from. We see each other. That's the problem. People don't see each other That's what things mess up. Listen, you have to understand your partner is going to mess up. And I know, like I said earlier, I'm not perfect, and you're not.
Oh yes, I'm far from perfect. You know, one thing that sometimes gets people is that one partner always think that they never do anything wrong.
Right.
And when one happen to goof up or mess up on something, it's big deal because they don't see themselves having flaws. Listen,
they don't.
I'm going to mess up.
Yes.
Not that I will intentionally do so. Things happen.
And
if I can avoid it, I'll do my best to avoid it. But if it does happen, so be it. Yeah. We're going to figure it out together. And if she messes up, we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, because by showing forgiveness and understanding can help rebuild. If you've lost that emotional connection, that can help rebuild it.
Yes.
Because holding grudges and not letting things go is one of the things that breaks relationship.
Absolutely.
Learn to forgive.
Yes.
Cece would always add that, never forget, but learn to forgive. And you know, for the couples who are listening who may feel like they've lost that emotional spark, know that it's not too late.
Never too late.
You know, rebuilding emotional intimacy takes time.
Yes.
You know, we are where we are right now. It didn't just start this way.
Yes.
Over the years, over that short 15, 14 years, in 18 years together, we've been working at it. And it's a guarantee that we'll continue to work at it.
Yeah.
But it's worth the effort.
It is worth the effort.
Absolutely does.
Yes.
You know, relationship is a journey. It's a journey that ends when we end.
Yeah, it does.
I don't intend to end anytime soon, but when I do end, that's when that relationship ends.
Right.
You don't just reach a place where everything is perfect forever. There's no such place. You fix this thing today, tomorrow something else gonna come. It's like a garden. You gotta water it. You gotta nurture it. You gotta do all the things you need to keep those plants going.
That's right.
So be sure that you are doing this little things consistently, having those deep conversations, showing appreciation, and spending quality times together.
Yes.
Those are all the things that contribute to building that emotional connection with your partner.
Yes, you know, the word here is
consistently.
That's it.
You got to do them.
You got to do it
all the time.
You got to do it. Not just once, not just every now and then. We need you to be consistent.
Yes.
And if you are consistent, although my man is not consistent, you know, listen, he has his flaw.
Let me just say this. The one thing that I've been having issues with, the thing is taking her out on those date nights.
True. I agree.
Although it's not entirely my fault, but I have a responsibility.
There should be. It's not entirely my fault. It should just stay there. Okay.
Yeah, but I can.
It should just stay there. It is.
This is my problem. Is I need to be consistent at taking her out.
Correct.
I'm gonna leave it at that. But all the other things, we've been good at it. Like for instance, these conversations. Even if I didn't want to be consistent, I wouldn't be able to get away with it. She's here. You know, I could be doing anything. She's like, yeah, we got to talk.
Listen,
and before we know it, we engage in a 30 minutes, 45 minutes conversation.
At least 30 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I just sit there and listen. But, you know, those things are important. And I'd say in the midst of it all, don't forget to have fun.
Yes. Listen, this man over here, we know my husband can get very, very serious. Okay. We know that. Babe, your fun meter is just like always down here.
Not always.
Your fun meter is like, I would say 20.
Sometimes I get in my moments, but sometimes I let loose.
Listen, our daughters will ask their daddy, where's your fun meter today? It's the weekend. Where are we today? Because they want to know. So that way they know that, hey, we're going to have a good time when we go out, not falling asleep when we go to the zoo.
I was having a long morning.
Listen, I don't know about that. Do it with your family.
I was having a long morning.
I don't know about that. You got to be fun because y'all know life be lifing.
Yes.
There's so much going on. You know, when you're parenting, got children here, husband here, house here, business there, wife, you know, parents and all that. Don't forget your parents, your siblings and your nephew, nieces and all that. I mean, needs you. But you gotta enjoy life.
Yes.
You gotta make sure that you take time to spend just the moment that we used to have back in the days, right?
It's good to let loose.
Fun, yeah.
And I'm working on letting loose a little bit. Yes, there are times to be serious, and there are times it's okay to be loose. Like, for instance, I used to get worked up if we're getting out and they just taking the sweet time, and I'm out, the car is running, and I'm looking for them, they're nowhere to be found. Now, if we go to church or if we're going to an appointment where we have a set time to get there.
Church, we're going to be late.
But if we're just going out to hang out, yeah, if they taking their sweet time, let them be. In fact, I have a chair in the garage. If they're taking their time, I just pull out the chair and sit.
And just wait.
Yeah, I just wait. Now,
yes.
I have to be cautious. Middle of the day, it's been hot. So I try not to. But if it's the afternoon, yeah, I just sit and wait for them.
Yeah, and we get it. And we try to do better. And, when it comes to us getting it together, okay? I'm just saying.
The other day, it took her like 15 minutes. No, I didn't get worked up.
Was it the zoo when we're going to the zoo?
Yes. But when we got in the car and she was like, I was the one holding them up.
I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying.
So we talk a lot about the things that we can do to build that emotional relationship. And it takes a lot.
It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot. I'm hoping today's episode give you guys some valuable insight into building and maintaining a strong emotional connection with your partner.
That's right.
Remember, it's about being intentional about what you do. It's about showing up for your partner, and it's about communicating openly.
Right.
And if you can master those things, it'll make a big difference in your relationship.
Yes, and showing up for each other.
Oh, yes. Building that emotional connection takes time. It's not something you're going to wake up and it happens overnight. You know?
We've been in this for
14 years together, 14-year marriage, 18 years together. I'm getting it right.
You are.
I'm getting it right. I am. I'd say building that connection is one of the most rewarding things that you can do for your partner in your relationship.
Yes.
It's important. But start small. Don't expect like you're going to be the biggest the biggest thing that you could do and show off. No, you can start with the little things.
Yeah.
Start by maybe poking your partner every once in a while.
Don't do it.
That's where she knows that you see her. But do these little things, take walks together. Like there's some afternoon that I come home and the sun's still out. Lately it's been good. 6:00, the sun's still up. We just go for a walk together. And we instead of going in and sitting in front of the computer, we just walk and relax with each other. So do these little things.
Yes.
Share those moments together. Have those conversations and show your partner that they matter.
Yes, because they're important to her.
Yeah.
It may not be important to you, but they're important to her.
And they're important to him as well. So,
Well, men don't like to, they don't want to talk too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. We all don't.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Like, you weren't born with it, but we were born with it. We want you to.
You don't know what I was born with.
Oh, you are the same. But we also want you to see us. Okay, we want to be seen and understood at the same time.
Yes.
Because that's something that, we have to have that. We have to be seen and we have to be understood.
Heard and understood.
Yes.
That I get. That's why I've become an expert listener.
Yes, you have.
So with that said, we just want to thank you guys for listening to the episode today. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. You guys have been very active in leaving some comments, and we appreciate it. And don't forget to share this episode with someone whom you think may benefit from it.
Yes.
If you have a friend who seems to be having issues, maybe they need to hear us talk about how imperfect we can be.
Right.
And some of the things that we can do to make sure that we keep on vibing with each other. And so far, Cece and I, we vibing. That doesn't mean she doesn't get on my nerve and I don't get on her nerve. That happens all the time. But you know what? Because we've been vibing, we've been able to get beyond those things.
Right.
So we appreciate you guys joining the podcast. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, keep building up that relationship with your partner. Peace.